got a Javon Reams trying to come in. Javon Reams. Do you know Javon Reams?
Hey.
Might be one of my email contacts. He was trying to come in and he just disappeared.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I accept it. He just disappeared. In 2 minutes, Donald, you can start.
Yeah, come on in, come on in. Mario, I see you, I see you. Everybody that's coming in, log in, let me know where you're coming from. Where you coming from.
Clarksville, Tennessee, tuning in.
Yeah. There it is. Got Tennessee in the house. Got Madison, what's that, Wisconsin? Miss Tammy Ali, welcome. Yeah. All right, so without further ado, welcome. Don Owens here once again. Hey, listen, we are blessed tonight talking about this generational wealth. Is nothing like it. You know, we all talk about it, but no one really has the knowledge on how to get around this thing. All right, so with Making Wealth Real Financial, what we do is, you know, we teach the rules of the wealth that is not taught in school. It's that simple. We have professionals within over 30 years of practices. I mean, and they give you a financial transformation. All right, it's an amazing thing. So I've been blessed to have two visitors, you know, that's gonna bless us tonight with their stories. I have a few what do you call it? The testimonies. I have a few testimonies as well. And let me tell you a little bit about. So I joined MWR 2 years ago. All right, I caught the wave through Mr. Ajaie, who you'll see in a minute, and I've been knowing him for a while, and you know, for a while in the military. All right, so the thing of it is, when you get introduced to good people, you know, you want to keep them around. All right, and I've been blessed enough to have those select few people in my life that always drop the right nuggets at the right time, and you have to listen to those signs. If not, you're gonna stay stagnant where you are. You're never, you're either gonna evolve or dissolve. All right, so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Ajaie Albert to give you some of these nuggets. And I hope you're taking notes because I'm gonna ask questions, especially if I know you're on this Zoom. All right, so Mr. Ajaie, are you here with us?
I am here. How are y'all doing tonight?
Welcome.
Come on, let's interact, people. Let me hear you. Let me hear your voice. Let me hear your voice. Come off mute and let me know how you're
in the building.
Hey,
yes, let's go. What's up?
Let's do this. Woo.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know about y'all, but I feel good. I feel great. I feel blessed to be able to come to you guys and give you some of the nuggets that I've learned over a short period of time of being with MWR Financial. And definitely want y'all to take notes, man. So if you ain't got your pen and pad available, then I'm gonna give you a few seconds to go ahead and grab it now, because you don't want to miss these nuggets, right? Because we all have knowledge, but knowledge without application is worthless. Knowledge without application is worthless, right? So knowledge with application is wisdom. So that's what we're all trying to approach here. All right, so the government has decided not to teach us anything about credit 101, asset building 101, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Minimizing taxes. That has never been taught in any financial institution because they don't want you to know this stuff. Why they don't want you to know this is because they want you to be a cash flowing asset for them, right? And the only way they can do that is by keeping you financially illiterate, right? So since Donald asked me to come on and do this presentation, right? Before I get started in this presentation, man, I brought my amazing co-host. I don't know if y'all seen it in the description of what happened here, but this man is like the Michael Jordan of money here. You know what I'm saying? He came in and blazed trails through this company, and he's improved his net worth to over $750,000 in less than 2 years. Right. So I don't know about y'all, but somebody who's done that fast is definitely somebody y'all want to hear from, man. Let me bring to the stage Coach D. Will. We call him Don Wilson.
What's up? What's up, everybody? What's
Yeah.
Give
up?
a praise, give a praise.
What's up? What's up?
Ah, raise the roof.
Hey, man. Hey, thanks for having me on, Don. Thanks for having me on, AJ, man. Appreciate the opportunity to help educate some people tonight, man. And just hopefully these guys will see the vision and understand that, you know, this is a capitalistic society. And until you learn this information that we're going to actually go over tonight, you are going to consistently be capitalized on. So, man, I'm excited to be here, and I'm ready to rock and roll, man. Let's have some fun.
All right. Hey, you know I'm ready to have some fun. Man, but let me tell y'all this, right? So y'all going to get a lot of Don's story, man. This is what I'm saying, but I'm saved those beautiful nuggets for later on, right? So he's going to give y'all a lot of stuff that, you know what I'm saying, once we go over this information and give you this knowledge that you're craving, right? What we're going to do is let him give a testimony about what he's done since he's been in this organization. And we got a few other people that's going to give some testimonies, but you know what I'm saying, we really brought Don in to give us some additional insight, you know what I'm saying? So some information that we might not know, or we might not be able to present properly because we hadn't done what Mr. Don Wilson has done, you know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. All right, y'all let me know when y'all can see my screen.
Yes, sir. We got it up.
Absolutely.
All right. So we gonna go through some things first. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make you understand a few things. We gotta go through the 4 roadblocks of financial. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in America has the same 4 challenges, but we really don't pay attention to them because we don't really understand how they affect us, and they affect us on a daily rate that is really killing us, right? So I kind of gave you the first answer, you know what I'm saying? So, which is, we got 4 challenges, right? Right. So I'm gonna ask y'all a simple question. What's happening with goods and services over the last year or so?
They raising.
They going up, right?
Yep.
Right. So, but
Price keeps going up.
Prices keep going up on everything, right? So for example, you go to the gas pump and it used to be, you know what I'm saying, you could put $20, $30 in your tank and you have a full tank. Now you're paying $50, $60 to get the same size tank. Tank ain't changed, same car, but yet it's double the amount to fill it up so you can go the same distance that you were going previously, right? We call that, that's one of our first issues that takes our money away, which is inflation, right? So these things are drawing at a rapid rate. I mean, just think about it. Y'all give me some examples. Like, I'm not the only one who's seen this. Tell me somebody who's been in the grocery store or something recently and y'all seen some prices going. Somebody come off me and tell me what y'all been seeing going up recently.
Gas.
Oh, AJ, I was just at the grocery store earlier today, and it is ridiculous in there. You know, salads that you used to could get 2 for $5 are now $5 for that one little plastic thing of salad, you know, or juice or chicken. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Everything is expensive, very expensive. Yogurt, butter, eggs. I mean, it was like, my God, I used to go in there and it's even going to the dollar store. I went to the dollar store and I had $20. I walked out of there with these couple of items and I said, what happened? It is
absolutely. We all go into Walmart these days and think we going in there with $100 and come out with 2-3 items. Yeah. That's just how bad it's getting, right? Then our second roadblock, we got taxes, right? Then we got our third roadblock, which is going to be debt. And then our fourth roadblock, which is going to be business, right? So what we were talking about inflation is the silent income killer, because it's raising at a rate at 5.5 or higher. You know what I'm saying? I think it's went up to 7 something this year, if I believe correctly. But over the last 12 months or so, we definitely know it's been over 5.5% raise, right? So, but your paycheck this year hasn't went up by 5.5%. So that means the same dollar is worth less money because it doesn't have the same purchasing power that it did the year prior, right? So it becomes difficult. So Don, give me a little information about these taxes. What's the problem with taxes?
The biggest problem with taxes is they take the first 1/3 of your paycheck, AJ, right? And people don't realize this, but I always ask people to ask themselves this question. When you get paid, whenever it is, every week, every 2 weeks, once a month, the 1st and the 15th, the 15th and the 30th, whenever it is that you get paid, do you get to tell Uncle Sam, I'm going to get paid and then I'm going to give you your fair share of taxes, or do Uncle Sam take the taxes off the top? And about 100% of the time, Uncle Sam takes the taxes directly off the top, and then they give you what's left over because they don't trust you to pay the proper amount of taxes. And so people ultimately lose 1/3 of their income directly to taxes. And to really drive this point home, that's essentially like working from January to the end of April for free, because that's what you are ultimately living on those last 2/3 of your paycheck, because you're giving that first third away to Uncle Sam in taxes.
Man, that's terrible. So imagine this: if you make $50,000 a year and you're only bringing home 32, but when you go apply for any kind of loan to get a car or a house or something, what do they ask you? How much you grow? How much you make? $50,000. They give you a loan based off that. Sad part is when you ask people what's their biggest expense, they're probably going to tell you their car or their house. But it's not, because it's taxes, because you get luxury tax, sales. You tax that every dollar you spend. Armoire tax, luxury tax, property tax. You're taxed at every single corner going around, right? So, like you said, imagine working from January to April with no pay, because essentially that is definitely what you're doing, right? Then we got debt. Debt is taking the second 1/3 of years, right? Because what I say, you go get a car loan, you go get a mortgage, you go get all these things based off what you gross, but not what you bring home, right? So they just make sure that they can feed you just enough, and they tack all of the interest on the front side of what you pay. So y'all might not pay attention to this, but when you look at your actual statement, look at your car note. When you pay your statement, say your car note's $400, $250 of it will be towards interest, and only 100 and something is actually going to your actual principal, right? So that's how they're getting their money up front, and you are giving the second 1/3 of your pay to the banks. Now, we got this class called the banker's secret. Now, the banker's secret, they're taking your money and loaning it out for people to get cars, people to get credit cards, all these other things. We all know that's a $600,000 mistake. So if you're looking interested, you got to stick around and come to these classes, because that banker's secret is something you definitely want to tune in for, right? So if that's the second 1/3 of your pay, now Don, tell what's the last 1/3 coming out of their pay now?
Oh, the money trap, big business, right? When people really sit there and break things down, they don't really understand where their money went to. And it wasn't until I understood this sheet right here, my income changed, right? So when we think about big business, we're now in the month of March, right? So we're getting ready to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And then April, we're going to celebrate Easter. And then May, we're going to celebrate Mother's Day and Memorial Day. And then June is going to be Father's Day. July 4th, they're going to celebrate the 4th of July. August, the kids are going to get ready to go back to school. September is going to be Labor Day. October is going to be Halloween. November is going to be Brown Thursday, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and hopefully you paying your tithes on Sundays as well. December 25th, you got Christmas. December 31st is Christmas Eve. January 1st is New Year's Eve, I'm sorry. January 1st is New Year's Day. February 14th is Valentine's Day, and you look up and you write back in the month of March again, and you asking yourself, where did my money go? Every single year I make these New Year's resolutions to say I'm going to lose weight and I'm going to get out of debt, and I never actually get out of debt. And think about this, my friends. Every holiday that I just named had nothing to do with anything that was personal to you. I didn't talk about a birthday. I didn't talk about an anniversary. I didn't talk about a graduation. I didn't talk about a prom. So big business ultimately comes along and they rob you of that final 1/3 of your income. And so you're wondering why at the end of the year, you in the exact same position you was at the beginning of the year when you started.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's so now if they take taxes has taken the first 1/3, debt has taken the second 1/3, and now big business has taken the last 1/3, what's left for you to invest for your family? Nothing, right? But this is not all about doom and gloom. We're here to teach you about financial solutions. Now that we got the roadblocks that are keeping you from your financial goals, now we got to give you the solutions, right? So we have 3 financial solutions, right? It's called Make, Save, and Grow Your Money, right? So you got to understand with MWR at home, we allow you to do certain things that you can't just do on your own, right? So by teaching you that by a W-2, you're in the highest tax bracket, right? So at a W-2, you're taxed at 28 to 33%, right? And this tax code, which means they don't want you to understand it, code meaning it's hidden, right? And if we don't educate you on it, then you can't use it to your advantage, right? So if you don't understand it, now we breaking it down so you can understand it so you can use it towards your benefit. So a W-2 means I work, I'm taxed first, then I spend last, right? So by having a W-2, right, and they're taking out our taxes, we all have the same expenses, right? So does everybody in here drive a car?
Absolutely.
Does everybody have a cell phone? Some of y'all are tuning in to this right now on your cell phones. You know what I'm saying? We all pay bills, right? We all have a house, rent or mortgage. We're all paying utilities. We're all eating. We're all traveling, right? The difference is those are expenses that are just coming out and never coming back. So when your income is linear, meaning it comes in, it's a straight line. Income is one. You get paid a certain amount all year long, right? But your bills come every month. They're circular. Every month, repeated after repeat after repeat, right? It's like rinse and repeat every time you turn around, right? So we teach you with a home-based business how to turn those expenses into deductions. So when the government wants you to do something, they give you these things called exemptions, right? Meaning you can take it and deduct it now from your taxes. So if, like you said, if you make $50,000, that 28 to 33% is gone. So that means you're only bringing home around 34 to 32. So how do you get that money back? You get it back by becoming a home-based business, right? This is our save portion of our program, right? So we show you how to take the same money you're already making. And what we have, this thing is called a W-4. It allows you to tell the government what to take out of your paycheck for taxes. So our team of experts, all you got to do is one simple thing. You got to upload your documents. Just like y'all are uploading pictures to your social media every day, that is simply it. All you have to do is upload your documents to the expert. They're going to send you back an adjusted W-4 that you can take to your job, turn it in, and then now your taxes are lowered. Now you put that money back in your check. So for me, that turned around and put $540 a month back into my paycheck. Right? I'm able to turn that $540 into money that comes into my household and that is no longer going out, because now I have a home-based business, which puts me in a whole different tax bracket, which we're going to get to that here. But just so y'all know, I ain't the only one on here. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring that host back on. Donald, you still there?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Mm-hmm.
Tell them what did the save portion do for you and your tax deductions?
So let me tell you, when you save on your taxes, the way that this system, the way this corporation is designed, it's been able to do so many different things for one, the experts, as mentioned, they do all the work by themselves. You know, it's nothing that you have to do besides upload your documents and let them go to work. They've been in office, you know, into this business well over 30 plus years, doing it in the background for us. All right, but it has done so many things. It has gotten me into a brand new home. It has paid off so much debt that I've had, you know, just getting out of the military, retiring, being homeless for 4 months. People didn't even realize, you know, never missed a beat, picking up my daughter, doing things with her, and so much more that goes along with my testimony. But when I tell you to put residual income back into your check on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, it's a reality check. And I'm gonna tell you, it really, really helps throughout the year, you know, and there's nothing designed like it, you know, as a whole. You only seen the tip of the iceberg, so stay tuned.
Absolutely. So what he's talking about with residual income is we show you how to make this income coming in from home. So if you look down there, we have what we call it our daily guarantee, right? Where you can get paid anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a day, right? So let's do the math. 30 days in a month, if you're getting $1,000 a day, that's $30,000 right there, right? So that's creating a business from home, and that's what we do. We're able to get paid at these. Then we have our luxury car bonus that goes anywhere from $500 to $1,250 to $3,000 a month. Then we have a presidential bonus that goes from $500 to $100,000, right? And you say, well, what do I got to do to earn all that? Well, all you got to do is what we're doing right now, right? We at Extra Digit Movement have a vast education system and mentors that are teaching us all of this financial education. So we're coming on doing these presentations from all walks of life. We got teachers, doctors, lawyers, you name it. They're coming in, learning this stuff, all applying it in their lives. And now we're coming on and teaching other folks the same thing, right? So all you have to do is be able to invite somebody to this. You say, what's the business? This is the business. This is what we do. Now, everybody in America has to get past these 4 roadblocks. So everybody has to do the same thing. They definitely want to beat them. You got to outpace inflation. So you want to increase your income. You gotta minimize your taxes because you want that third coming back in. Then you want to eliminate debt, right? Everybody says they want to be debt free, but no one has a plan, right? And then you want to minimize your expenses by allowing yourself to get deductions that's going to bring that money that you're spending back into your own home. And then you get to make residual income just by showing people how to do the exact same thing. So that's what we call income shifting, right? We're shifting it back from the entities that are stealing your money every day, and we're shifting it back into your pocket. So when you ask people what is income shifting, that is a financial strategy that we're on here teaching you today, right? So then we have our MWR cash back program, right? So when you have your home-based business, right, which puts you in a 1099 status, which puts you in a lower tax bracket. And in this bracket, you're taxed at 18 to 23%. So remember how the W-2, you were taxed at 28 to 33%, meaning I'm taxed first and then I'm able to spend. Well, now it's your business works, your business spend, and then your business is taxed last, right? So now with this cash back program that you have a home-based business, you're able to lower your taxes. The average person with a W-2 maybe gets 6 to 8 tax exemptions, and that's if they max everything out. But as a 1099 or a home-based business, now you're able to write off over 470 deductions, right? So that's how you're able to lower your taxes. Then we got our professional bill negotiators. Man, I didn't even know this category existed, right? So now you got people, professionals that are going to your cell phone, your security system, your internet, and they're going to get you monthly discounts month after month to bring your discounts down. They saved me over $380 on my cell phone bill, $292 on my security system, and and just $90 on my trash bill. I mean, I didn't know I could get a discount on my trash bill, but it happens, right? So they get that back. Then we have you increase your income by inviting people to these Zooms and introducing them to the experts, right? So we destroy debt because we have a debt elimination software, because remember, creditors are designed to keep you in debt as long as possible. The longer they keep you in debt, the more money they make, right? So we show you how on their program and our program, how many years you save and interest. And we give you two things. It's called a debt-free date and a millionaire date. And we got some people on this call that'll tell you that how many years they shaved off their debt plan, right? Don, tell me something about this debt plan. How'd that work for you?
Oh man, it's better than amazing, right? Before we joined this program, we were set to be in debt 60 years easily. And because of the experts here at MWR Financial and the financial strategy and them helping us get our finances in order, and I'll go through this a little bit more in depth during my testimony, we was able to actually shave off about 54 years of us being in debt, right? We were able to pay off everything that we owe except our mortgage, and that's in the process of being paid off within the next 4 years, and just being completely debt-free, owing no man anything, being able to then invest more of our money, and also just bless other people around as well, man. Just being able to be a blessing to other people, right? When you get blessed more from a financial standpoint, don't raise your standard of living, raise your standard of giving. And this program has allowed not only myself, but my wife to be able to give a whole lot and bless so many different people. So yeah, man, about 54 years we've been saved when it comes to a debt perspective.
And Don, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I bought a house in 2017 and 2018, both 30-year mortgages. I'll have both houses paid off in less than 11 years.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right? They shaved off all that time off of 2 homes. So now we're gonna end up doing, we're gonna get your credit restorations together, right? We're gonna get your credit scores up, and then we're gonna show you how to grow assets. So what we call that is 3 up and 3 down. Don, so what is 3 up and 3 down, Don? How's that work for people?
Absolutely. So in order for 3 things to go, you got to get three things down in order for 3 things to go up. You got to get your taxes down, you have to get your debt down, and you have to get your expenses down. And when you do those 3 things, then 3 things are automatically going to go up. Your assets are going to go up, your income is going to go up, and your credit score is going to go up, right? And then that's going to mean your abundance is going to go up. But until you get those 3 things down, your stress level is always going to be sky high. And it's just amazing to me now, AJ, now that we not like robbing Peter to pay Paul, now that we not paying, $50 or $60 on a bill, but actually paying the whole bill or paying 2 or 3 months in advance, man, we just sleep better at night. We just sleep absolutely better at night, man. I remember a time when we was not able to pay all of our bills, and we weren't able to, go out and do some of the things that, a lot of people want to do in life. And for whatever reason, when we were struggling, I just couldn't sleep at night, man. I was always up worried about, where the next bill was coming from, and more importantly, where the next check was going to come from to take care of that bill. But once you get those three things down and you get those three things up, man, it's just amazing how you start to live in abundance. Your stress level is zero. And you just smile. And I wake up every single morning with a huge smile on my face, just glad that I took action with this program.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole different ball game. But like mentors say, man, if you're paying this month's bill with this month's money, you're one catastrophe away from being in trouble, right? We definitely want to get you away from that. All right, and then we have, like you said, we show you how to grow an asset. So now we got our MWR passport. It's called our passive portfolio, right? Where we show you how to build that. So investors are taxed at less than 15%, which means your money works, your money's reinvested, and your money makes more money, right? So if you look at all the tax brackets, do you want to get taxed 28 to 33%? You want to get taxed at 18 to 23%, or you want to get taxed at less than 15%? It's a no-brainer when you ask that question. Everybody's gonna say less than 15%, right? Absolutely. But the only way you can do it is to move your money, income shift, right? From a W-2 to a 1099 to an asset, and then let your assets buy your liabilities. You know what I'm saying? The cars and toys you want to play with, right? So what we call that is capital gains, right? Then you have dividends, and then your business, right? So if you're not investing, you're not even on the road to wealth, right? Mm-hmm. So that's our transition of wealth. So that's how we're getting you from working a W-2 and being buried in debt all the way into a passive portfolio. Now you're investing, and now you're becoming wealthy. And that's what we're going to get into talking about when Don is show you how he grew his net worth in less than 24 months, right? So we got two financial objectives, right? Our current lifestyle is paid for with what? Labor. Our labor. That means we go put in the work, So later on, we have our future lifestyle, which should be paid for by our investments, right? So now that you have that investments making money, now you can sit at home, take vacations, do whatever you want to do with your time, because now, which we say cash flow is measured in time, income is measured in dollars. So how long is your cash flow staying with you, right? So that means if I get paid, so Don, tell me this, if I get paid $50,000, but my bills are only 25, what kind of cash flow do I have?
Oh, you cash flow positive 2 years. Easy,
right? But if I got a $50,000 expenses, I get paid $50,000, but my expenses are $100,000 a year because I had to go have the big car in the nice house and all that stuff that I can't afford, right? What's my cash flow look like now?
Your cash flow only good for 6 months. July 1st, you in the red, brother.
So you're basically borrowing money for 6 months out of the year just so you can make it to the next year, right?
Absolutely.
Right. So
yes, sir.
So now we did get all of this said. All this is said and done because we have one company, right, that's making wealth real, right? Our Financial Edge membership, right? I'm gonna go ahead and ask y'all, how much do y'all think this would be worth, right? Just somebody to come in and give you a complete financial makeover. Sounds like it should be something astronomically a large amount of money, correct?
Yeah, somebody put it in the chat what they think this is worth.
Yeah, just type in the chat how much you think this would be worth.
500 plus.
All right, so we got a couple different apps, $500, $1,000, much more, right? All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what this one company has done already, right? They have lowered taxes, right? $10 million a month in tax saving since 2019. So all the members in this combined in this has saved over $10 million in tax savings, right? They've raised credit scores over 12,000 people have increased their credit scores from 50 to 150 points. They've destroyed debt. They've shaved off over 29,400 years of interest off of people. That's millions of dollars right there in itself, right? And then they've grown assets. They've generated over $10.2 million in investment income, right? So some of those prices, y'all thinking that may be a little bit more now. Y'all, somebody that said 500 is thinking like, well, it might be more, right? Not even, right? It is $79.97 for the membership, right? That's all our experts. That's our tax reduction, our bill negotiation, our debt elimination, our credit restoration, and then our wealth accumulation portion. That's what we call our cash flow piece. You know what I'm saying? And now the income piece comes from bringing other people into the organization and getting paid for it. Now, if you want to get paid for, you know what I'm saying, actually, so the $79.97 is just to be a customer, but you want to be a business member, it is $228 one time and $119 a month. But that ain't even the greatest part right now. Right now, they got a special going on where it's not even $128. You can slash that.
Tell them about it.
Yeah, it is actually $129.97 one time and $119 a month if you join now before this promotion ends. Right. So now, with all that being said, y'all heard all this amazing stuff right now. Now I'm gonna let Don tell you how everything worked for him and drop us a few nuggets about how he drew his net worth so fast by joining this organization.
Yeah, absolutely, AJ, man. I appreciate you and Don having me on. Right, when we talk about 129 for all of this amazing information, I paid the 228. I paid the 228 and came in and immediately took action, right? And so everything that you just talked about, I was directly affected by it. My wife and I was overpaying our taxes by almost $1,000 a month. And because of the experts, they was able to get us $960 back every single month back into our household, right? But the crazy part about that is at no point in time did we ever get a $12,000 tax return back. So I kept trying to figure out how we was paying $12,000 a year in taxes, but we wasn't getting that back. The biggest tax return we got back was close to $3,500 one year. And man, we celebrated like we was Jay and Beyonce or something like that. But thanks to the experts, they got us $960 back into our household every single month, and we never owed the government. And then at the end of the year, because of all the business expenses that we were able to write off, we still saw a tax return. So that brought back about $12,000 a year. We took that $12,000, and it wasn't like we said, okay, let's go ball out of control. No, we immediately got to work, right? We paid off every car that we had. We paid off every credit card that we had. We paid off every student loan that we had. We paid off all of our bills, man. We started having plastic surgery here in my house. We cut up all of the credit cards, everything, so we would not be tempted to spend it because we had the money. Once we cut up all of the credit cards and paid everything down to a zero balance, we then went, and thanks to this amazing education, we uploaded our documents. My wife's credit score jumped from a 662 to an 809. My credit score jumped from a 787 to an 834. Now, when the pandemic happened, a lot of people lost. A lot of people lost in the pandemic, and I'm so fortunate that we was not one of those people, or not two of those people that lost in the pandemic. Because of MWR Financial, with our credit scores now being in the upper 800s, we was able to refinance our mortgage from a 4.25 APR to a 2.75 APR down to a 2.25 APR, right? So that saved us about $95,000 in interest. Then we was able to then participate in what's called a private reserve account. And for those of you that don't know, a private reserve account essentially is you become the bank. So we were able to participate in this private reserve account, and both my wife and myself both have our actual private reserve account. So now we're the bank. So we need to borrow something, instead of going to Chase, instead of going to Wells Fargo, instead of going to Bank of America, we just go to the Bank of Don or the Bank of Ruthie, and we borrow money from ourselves, and then we pay ourselves back. And the best part about this private reserve account is we never take a loss in it. So when the stock market crash, when the economy is slow, we never lose a single dime in this private reserve account. And once the market recorrects itself, we actually, it opens back up, and then we start to gain interest on it again. Then, AJ, man, we went and purchased some land out in California, right? The Olympics in 2028 is coming to Southern California. So we was able to buy some land wholesale and then be able to flip it retail. So what's going to happen is right now they're developing that land. So by the time the Olympics get here, they're going to build houses on that land. They're going to build some Walmarts on that land. Warren Buffett is invested in that land. The Department of Defense is invested in that land. So at the closing table, they got to stroke us a nice six-figure check to purchase this land back. So these are just some of the things that we were able to participate. And again, ladies and gentlemen, hear me and hear me clearly. Our net worth now is north of $750,000. Our net worth is north of $750,000. And that is because we took advantage of the financial strategies here with Make Wealth Real Financial. But guess what, guys? Y'all get to do the same thing, man. And y'all get to do it for half the cost if you just take action. See, the question that I want you guys to ask yourself is, who is my money going to make me rich? My mentor once told me your money is going to make somebody else wealthy. Your money is going to make somebody wealthy. The question is, who is it going to be? Is it going to continue to be the banks? Is it going to continue to be the government? Is it going to continue to be big business? Or is it finally going to trickle down to you? Ask yourself this. Am I ready to live a legacy and not just leave a legacy? See, it's a huge difference with living a legacy and leaving a legacy. See, when you leave a legacy, that means you gone, right? When I leave the house, that means I actually walk out the door right here and I tell my wife, I'll see you in a couple hours. But when you live in a legacy, that means you living through all of this prosperity. That means things are literally changing with you and for you. So now you can pass this wealth, this generational knowledge down to the next generation to keep those things coming in-house for you. And that's what I was able to do. That's what my wife was able to do for $228, and y'all get to do it for $129. So my only question is, what y'all waiting on? What y'all waiting on?
Man, that is powerful, man. Like I said, that's
can we get some praise?
Those are golden nuggets, man. So yeah, y'all come off mute, man. Give Don a round of applause, man. And
oh man,
thank
I
him for
appreciate
coming
it.
on, man.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Hey,
Information.
hey, that was outstanding information, man. And all those, man, we appreciate you coming in and dropping these nuggets for us, letting us know, like man, like you said, Don, I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to live that legacy. I want to live it.
That's the
biggest thing.
Live it. Don't leave it.
Hey,
live it.
live it. Right. So that's our 40 minutes of fame, man. If y'all definitely got anything, Don, I'm gonna turn it back over to you to close it out, man. But hey, I appreciate all y'all tuning in and participating during this presentation, man. And I hope to see y'all on the next one.
Hey, thanks, AJ, Mr. Don Wilson, Miss Tammy. Hey, everybody that showed up tonight, I greatly appreciate it. And look, this is the thing, the people don't realize how family oriented we are within this business. You know what I mean? Every time we have a Zoom, it don't feel like work because we constantly helping people, and you know, and that's how we feel from within. It's nothing that we're forced to do. You know, so we've been like that. I can speak for myself, majority of my life, even in the military, you know, constantly helping soldiers and family members. So why change now? You know what I'm saying? If it's in my heart to help people, why not? But it's on you to take that course of action. You know, either you're gonna, evolve or dissolve. I'm always say that. All right. But it's been a blessing. I thank you, once again. Reach out to me within a text message, reach out to anybody that you see on this Zoom for assistance. You're not alone in this situation. There's nothing that's going to be overwhelmed, because you're never alone within our corporation. All right. I thank you. I want you all to have a good night. All right. Let's go forth and be great.
Hey,
All right.
Great job.
Good night. Good night.
great job. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Great
Yeah.
job, Donald.
Appreciate it.